Star Georgia defensive tackle Jalen Carter has a warrant out for his arrest, and how will this affect the Chicago Bears draft plans? I'll be discussing that in this short little video right here. What's going on, guys? I'm back with another Chicago Bears news update video. It's not about any current Chicago Bears player, but it is about a prospect that the Bears have been eyeing probably over the last couple months, and a prospect that many Bears fans want the Bears to draft. And unfortunately for the Bears and for Jalen Carter, something came out today that really might impact that. Okay, so Jalen Carter reportedly back in January was racing and recklessly driving with a teammate in Georgia, and unfortunately that teammate and the woman in the car with him died, and they were in separate cars, keep in mind. So Jalen Carter was in one car, the teammate and the woman were in a different car. The other car obviously crashed, and they died, and obviously a horrible tragedy for the entire Georgia program. But before, it was not known that Jalen Carter was part of this racing, and according to another report, he actually left the scene and drove away after that happened and misled police too afterwards, according to a report. Okay, so this is all reportedly right now. I'm not trying to say any of this is already, like, he's already been convicted or anything, but this is a big deal right now, right? Because it's coming out 2 months before the draft. Jalen Carter was supposed to speak at the combine today, but then the news broke out and he did not show up to the combine media day. It's being reported by some people that he left Indianapolis. Some people are saying he's still in Indianapolis in like the medical tents. Whatever the case is, right now when I'm recording this, I don't really know where Jalen Carter is. I mean, he has a warrant out for his arrest, right? So I'm assuming he's going to go to the police station and, take care of business there. But very, very tough situation, right? Because the Chicago Bears on paper should be loving a guy like this, okay, for what he does on the football field. I mean, this guy is one of the best defensive tackle prospects, the best defensive tackle prospect in the entire draft, maybe one of the best we've seen in the past 5-6 years. And obviously the Bears have a big need at the 3 technique spot, and they need dominant pass rushing interior defensive lineman like a Jalen Carter, okay, a guy that was so dominant in college and checked so many boxes on the football field. But if this is actually true, guys, and he actually did leave the scene of one of his teammates dying, I just can't understand how the Bears would draft him with a top 5 draft pick, right? And that's obviously going to affect the entire draft afterwards, and potentially trades the Bears could be making as well, right? Because now, if you trade back to number 4, you can't have the mindset that, oh, Jalen Carter or Will Anderson, one of them is going to be there, because now that's likely not going to be the case. Okay, Will Anderson is not going to be there now, assuming the Cardinals stay at number 3, because why would they select Jalen Carter when this news broke out? Now, obviously, a lot of people in the NFL have done some really bad things and still stayed in the NFL, still got drafted pretty highly, but a situation like this, man, where, it's something related to a teammate, right? Like leaving your teammate out there reportedly and not, telling the truth about what happened, that's a very, very bad look on Jalen Carter. So now it does open up the opportunity for the Bears to maybe trade back even further, right? Or maybe take like Tyree Wilson at number 4. I know the Bears are pretty high on Tyree Wilson, the edge rusher from Texas Tech. He actually met with the Bears twice already, so maybe he's option at number 4. But if not, you could trade back even further with the team like the Carolina Panthers, the Atlanta Falcons, maybe even the Tennessee Titans, and maybe get an offensive player, offensive tackle, receiver, whoever. If Jalen Carter really is off the Chicago Bears boards. Now, again, I can't say for certainty that Jalen Carter will be off the Chicago Bears boards, but with how Matt Eberflus and Ryan Poles have been conducting their, signings, their draft picks so far, they've been staying away from people with any sort of character issues for the most part, right? Like, I think the worst thing that happened was Byron Pringle, after we already signed him, he had that, doing donuts in the parking lot or something, which obviously nobody really got hurt with that, but certainly nothing of this magnitude has happened with the player in the Ryan Poles regime. So I really do feel like, man, with how much they've been stressing, getting high character guys that, are really good not only on the field, but, as leaders in the locker room, as people you look up to, stuff like that. I don't think they would want to draft Jalen Carter with a top 5 pick now, okay? And again, this is all just being speculated, reported, so nothing truly has come out yet out of this. So maybe he gets arrested, maybe not. I don't even know if the fine for this or the jail time, if there is any, would be that much, because again, he was not the person that actually hit them and caused them to die, but he was racing with them and misled police too, which is definitely a very, very bad look, especially when you're talking about a teammate there. So obviously a very bad situation for everybody involved. It's not good news for the Chicago Bears that might have wanted to draft him. It's not good news for Jalen Carter, obviously, as his draft stock might be tanking now, but the Bears should still have a lot of options, guys, in this draft. Like, we still have the number 1 overall pick. If you want Will Anderson guaranteed, maybe trade back to number 2 with the Texans so you can have him locked up, or trade back even further to, I don't know, pick number 7, pick number 9, pick number 11, whatever, and get maybe a Jackson Smith-Njigba out of Ohio State, or an offensive lineman like a Peter Skoronski, or whoever, right? Whoever else you like out there. So terrible situation. We'll get more clarity on this in the coming weeks, I'm sure, but leave your thoughts down below, guys, about this. Would you still draft Jalen Carter in the top 5? I don't think the Bears would, but would you? Let me know down below. As always, bear down.